The Carbon Clear Low Smoke Stove project in Darfur basically helps households in the town of El Fasher to switch from traditional cooking fuels such as wood and charcoal to low smoke, more efficient cook stoves that use LPG. And we work in partnership with an NGO, Practical Action, and they actually deliver the program on the ground in Sudan. And they in turn work with local women's development networks to make sure that the households get the right training they need to install the stoves. So this carbon credit project works by Carbon Clear providing the finance to set up a microcredit scheme, because we found that in towns such as El Fasher, the obstacle to implementing more efficient cook stoves is that households usually purchase fuel on a daily basis, so they can't therefore save up to buy the stove initially. So having the microcredit scheme available allows them to then implement a low smoke stove, and they can make the repayments over time. And we actually have a 90% repayment rate on that microcredit scheme. And that's partly because LPG is actually a much cheaper fuel than wood and charcoal in Sudan.
Sounds like a great project, but something that usually an NGO would do with public funding, but you're working with a different model. Can you tell us how it works, please?
Absolutely. So, we're actually here at the COP in Warsaw because we've been recognised by the Momentum for Change initiative, which is part of the UNFCCC, as a lighthouse project. So an example of how climate finance can be used in an innovative way. So this is a carbon credit project, and as a private company, we have put forward the finance to fund the project management, to fund the microcredit scheme, and for all the staff training, everything that goes on in the ground in Sudan. That's how that works, and we put all the money in to deliver that. Once the project has been through a very rigorous verification scheme, it's then issued with carbon credits, which Carbon Clear will go and sell to corporate customers. We are hopefully by the end of the year reaching that point where we'll sell the carbon credits. We're not actually there yet. We're almost there, and then obviously we will be able to continue to fund the microfinance scheme through the sale of those credits.
Don't carbon credits just allow those companies to pollute? So effectively, you're giving them an excuse for pollution.
So that's one way of viewing the car markets, and that is the way that the voluntary car market was viewed a few years ago. I think it's actually moved on quite a lot since then. We find that companies we work with don't offset their emissions unless they have some kind of carbon management plan in place. So they will measure their footprint, they'll find reductions internally, and then when they can't meet all the reductions, they then look to offset those with a project that not only reduces GHG emissions but has amazing extra benefits for the communities in which they're located. Because let's not forget, this project, not only does it reduce greenhouse gas emissions, it also helps improve the health of the households in which it's based, because the smoke, indoor pollution, smoke pollution is very detrimental to families' health. It's like having a barbecue in your house. Can you imagine cooking with a barbecue in your house? The smoke's very damaging. So, taking that out of the house has a really good effect on the households. It also empowers women as they deliver the program, the microcredit scheme and the training, health and safety training. It empowers women in the local community. And it also frees up time for women so they can go and pursue education, labour opportunities, time, because cooking with LPG takes much less time than cooking with wood or charcoal. So, it's a great project that has lots of additional benefits.
Do you think maybe other companies, but yourself as well, will be expanding? We'll see more of these projects popping up and maybe even replacing what NGOs do over the years?
We hope so. Obviously for our project, the NGO Practical Action plays a huge role in what we do, and we couldn't really deliver it without them. I hope other businesses do, step up and kind of take this challenge on. And actually, I think that's what the Momentum for Change Lighthouse projects recognise, that there are lots of different projects that are going on all over the world by private enterprise, by banks that are investing in climate-friendly projects that help improve communities around the world. And I think highlighting that and showing that it is possible and can be done. It's a really encouraging and innovative showcase.